So I've been struggling with something lately. I am a walking cliche, and my favourite time of day to shoot is golden hour. But there's a slight issue with that, and it's that 5 months ago we had our third child. Now, there's a couple of other options which I can take. Which means I have to shoot at other points of the day. Which is fine. However, as a dad, I either then have to sacrifice my time with the kids after I get home from work, or my time with Lauren after they go to bed. Or there is a third option, which is what I practiced today. And that option is to wait until everybody's gone to sleep and head out and shoot at night. So this is what I shoot after dark. Since beginning this practice, it quickly made me realise that for years and years on end, I had been relying on what were optimal settings to me, where I knew exactly how to shoot, when to shoot, and why I was shooting in that golden hour sunlight or in contrasty blue sky days. And doing this practice allowed me to see that pattern of comfort was not conducive to me actually improving as a photographer. I've been in this game for over 10 years now, and some would argue that I've learned all there is to learn, but to them I say nay. So I pick my camera up when the light is setting and I head out the door into uncharted waters, and I practice at being bad. And there's a certain skill and art to being bad at photography, because it takes you all the way back to the first day you picked up your camera and you barely knew what ISO was, and there were glimmers of hope in the photos you were taking. However, you were lacking the know-how and the information and the hours spent to be able to get the results that you were seeking. And don't get me wrong, it can be scary at times, stepping out of the door and motivating yourself to move, because God knows I was unwilling for so many years. And this night I sat there on my kitchen floor wondering whether it was worth it. By no means were any of these photos spectacular or superb. There were maybe a handful of keepers, and I'd struggle to say a single portfolio-worthy shot. However, the skills I acquired that night with my X100F and little to no light has improved me tenfold more than any sunset ever will from here on out. And there sure as hell were some mistakes made along the way. As the night progressed and my fatigue set in, I must have knocked the shutter dial and set it to bulb mode. So there were these shots that you captured right here. And if we were to pixel peep and really zoom in on the images, I'm sure we'd see that 99%, if not 100, were all out of focus, not sharp, or full of grain. But is that not the point of an exercise like this, where you and I as photographers can grow? Because for me, I can see myself going out time and time again, whether it morning, night, day, and any time between, and practicing being bad at photography again. Because you give me a camera and a landscape and I can shoot the shit out of that. And you give me a portrait to take and I will make you look great. But recently, by stepping into street photography, automotive, as you'll see in the videos coming up, and just trying all these styles that I'd always neglected, quite honestly, I hope over the next 10 years will make me to the nth degree better at my craft than I am today. And if I don't, I still had fun along the way. See you next time.